I think it hit me about 2 weeks out, and then all I was thinking about is like, this is my time to show what I can do, show what I'm capable of. And to be honest, I put a lot of pressure on myself going into them last 2 weeks. And as soon as I walked out there, I've never felt so calm in my life. Like, I just felt like I belonged there, and I loved every second of it. Like, I walked out, I've never felt so calm, and yeah, I felt like everything came together then.
Why do you think you're feeling so calm?
I don't know. Like, as soon as I walked out, I just hit a calmness I never felt before. Like, I just felt at ease, and I felt like I belonged there. When they announced my name, I felt like I belonged there, and yeah, no matter what happened in that ring, like, watching the footage back, I got hit with some big shots. I didn't have a clue I got punched. I didn't know I got punched once. And then after the fight, I had a welt on my eye, and like, I had a banging headache. But in the fight, I didn't know I got touched. I cried like a little girl.
What was going through your head?
Yeah, everything I'd ever done, every sacrifice I made going to Thailand, everything I'd done has been worth it, and yeah, everything had paid off. I've always just had a strong work ethic. Like, I'll train twice a day, every day. I loved running, absolutely love running. So like, running 7 miles for me is enjoyable, like, it's not a chore. I used to have a stupid mentality going into a fight that if I could sprint 10 miles 4 weeks out, that doing 5 threes for 2 minute rest wouldn't be a problem. So, and it weren't just sprinting 10 miles, I'd go 10 miles at a hard pace, and I had to not be out of breath at the end of it. And that was like my mentality. Obviously, it's not scientifically proven, there's no sports science behind it, but in my head it was like, right, yeah, I don't want to be tired, I will be able to go at a hard pace all the time. Now I'm not like that. I'm a lot more smarter around my training. I listen to my S&C coach, I listen to my nutritionist, I listen to my team around me. But I make sure there's no stone left unturned, and with that, you shouldn't, if you're doing everything right, you shouldn't be gassing in fights.
1, 2, 1, 17.
You need to train like an elite from the start. If you want to get to that elite stage, you can't be going, I don't need to run, I don't need to do that, because you do, that's your way you go get there. That if you believe you can skip sessions and don't need to do S&C, don't need to do this, or I don't need to spar him because he's the best in the gym, and if there's someone better than you in the gym, go with them, because that's how you're going to get better. Like, you want to overtake them people, you know what I mean? It's the whole pathway is important. Like, you should train like you're an elite all the time, and no matter what you do is about building to get there. And when I'm there now, all I'm thinking is, what could I do extra? What am I missing? What is going to take me to that next level? The biggest change for me was doing S&C. I think I never did S&C before COVID, and I was fighting at the top level, and obviously I was a kid. Like, before COVID, I was 19, 20, and I was fighting. Obviously, my last one was against Jack Cooper, who's UK #1, and I was 20 years old and probably wasn't as physically developed and weren't doing S&C. I believe I had to fight certain ways against certain opponents because I wasn't as physically strong, so I had to pressure them. I had to make them come. Now I can do what I want, I feel like, because I'm physically stronger and I'm more confident in my physical ability, I can do what I want.
What intent do you go to training with? What do you try and get out of each session?
Now, so obviously I always used to think about, it was about how hard the session was, how hard I could go. Now it's, all I care about is learning now, and it's like, I want to better myself, so I want to better my knowledge, and I want to better technically, whether it's me timing, whether it's just adding a new tool to it, getting out of little habits, and yeah, making them little adjustments, what's going to take me to the next level. Because
this will be so useful for young fighters who are, one championship might be their dream.
Yeah.
What are maybe a few tips that you see common mistakes people make on like bag work or pad work that are just simple sloppy things that could easily be changed in a few sessions?
You just try to trying to kill the bag and overthinking and just throwing things. Pretend you're fighting someone. If you're on the bag, just pretend you're fighting someone. Pretend there's someone in front of you. Block, defend, work on little things. Rather than just throwing for the sake of it. Give yourself little aims. Like, for me, when I'm sparring, it's not about winning the round. winning the round, like in your head, obviously it's not about winning sparring, but like people try and outscore, they try and get the better of their opponent sparring. To me, it's practicing a new move. So I'll let people hit me. Like if I'll let people hit me and I'll work on something new. So if I'm practicing a new sweep, if I'm practicing, I don't know, try a long knee more, if I land that 3-4 times in a spar, or even a couple times in the spar, it doesn't matter what else I've done. As long as I've landed that, that's the main thing that will help you with development, and that's when it becomes more natural. So rather than just thinking about it and focusing on one thing, that's when it'll start happening more naturally.
And say with pad work, in classes, you know, people of similar level will be padding for each other.
Yeah.
How can training partners help each other in that regard?
With your training partner, if you've been working on something and you've been being shown something, then help your partner with it as well and bring each other up together. So if you've been working on blocking and defending, catching, and say one of your coaches has been telling you something like a different tip and how to improve it, then tell your partner that and bring each other up together. You're a team at the end of the day. You want each other to grow together.
Yes! It's amazing to have that moment so early on in your career. You were maybe 22 then, were you? 23, 22?
Yeah.
To have that moment, like you say, it's everything you'd worked towards.
Yeah.
How's that going to be a springboard? Rather than that being the highlight of your career, how are you going to make sure that's the springboard to go and achieve more?
Yeah, things like that are a stepping stone. Like Kev always said to me from when I was young, winning a world title's the start of your career. And that first fight on one was the start for me in one. So winning the world title was, everyone in one, obviously they picked the best of the best, and they're all world champions, they're all got the top titles. So once I got that world title, it got me to one, and that first win on one, now I don't want to be that person that's just gone and had one win and that's it. I want to be the one that, now looking at the rankings, looking at the top 5 of the one division, because obviously it goes 1 to 5, go for them lads, see who's ranked, work my way up. I want to fight for the title. I don't just want this to be the best thing I've done. I just want to say that was a start.